Hello, darling.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. It's Tuesday, our regular scheduled live cookie decorating.
Our regular scheduled broadcast.
Broadcast. So thank you for joining us. Who is here today? Hello, Dash. Hello, Sherry. Heather. Hi, guys. Maria. Hi, Kathy. Sally's here. Oh, it's chilly in Kansas. Hi, Gwen. Hi, June. Happy birthday, June.
Yes, happy birthday.
Show June some love. Um, hi,
Hello, everybody.
Ginger.
Bonjour, Véronique.
Hello. So I'm in a hot seat. And as a reminder, here is our schedule for May. We still have May is 30th. We still have 7 days left, right?
But this is your last hot seat.
So this is my last hot seat in May. Excellent. So then we're jumping into the next Friday. It's gonna be June already. Can you believe it? I'm almost scared to say that word. So today it's my day. So today I'm gonna be decorating. And if you remember last Friday, I already showed a little preview, and I'm actually sticking with it. So we're going to do some graduation cap cookies with a little fun twist. So who else is here? Let's just
here in our neck of the woods, high school graduations aren't for a month. So.
Oh yeah, fun. So today, guys, I am going to go with a game. Maybe some of you know the game.
Yeah.
It was released in 1980. I just did a quick Wikipedia.
A little research.
I didn't know it was Japanese. I did not know that. So it's a Japanese game released in 1980, and the objective of the game is this little yellow character is eating all the dots in a enclosed maze. So do you guys know that game? It starts on.
Yes.
Can you guys guess? We're just gonna wait for a second to see if you guys.
It's pretty popular.
Pretty popular. It's very. Have you played it?
I did. Yes, you guys are.
Yes, so it's a Pac-Man. So I actually was researching online to get some ideas on more fun graduation caps because it's usually black or blue or I did one time really fun custom design graduation cap cookies years ago for a Penn State graduate, which was really fun. But today I decided to do something different. So we're going to be doing Pac-Man inspired game over graduation cap cookies. So let me just first show you the colors. I'm going to bring up my before I go there, I also wanted to remind you guys on Friday I mentioned that you need to subscribe to my big club on Global Belly till June 20th. So I was mistaken. It's actually June 15th. So when you subscribe till June 15th, you will receive the kit to make the cantaloupe cookies along with a free gift. That's a double spatula and a brush set. And it's really easy to subscribe. It's a monthly subscription. And during your time as a subscriber, each month you will get a new cookie decorating kit. And if you are lucky enough, you also be gifted. Sometimes we do these free gifts like we're doing next in the month of June. So it's still June 15. You have to subscribe. And I also have, and this is for folks who maybe are working in a corporate world. I am also studying corporate classes, and in this class, we are going to make watermelon icebox cookies. Super easy and really fun. Great for summer parties and Memorial Day is coming up, right? So maybe not for the Memorial Day at this time. It's a little too late, but maybe 4th of July. So that's also available in my Global Belly shop. And you can access my Global Belly shop through my Instagram account. We both have Instagram accounts, Marlon and I. Marlene's
handle?
handle is the Montreal Confection, and I am Haniela. Okay, so let me bring up my screen here, so we can. Who is doing the camera dance? You are or I am?
You
Okay.
saw correctly, but that's a corporate event for a lot of people, Sally.
That's yeah, yes, you did. It's a corporate event, and what that means that there is a minimum amount of people, 20 plus people, that needs to be in the class. Okay, so that if you have a group of 20 plus people, that's for those folks. Okay, so let me just first show you the cutter. So there are a bunch of different cutters for graduation cups available. This is the one I have, and this is the one actually that I used. Okay, and this is basically the same cutter, but you see the tassel, it's so narrow. So I prefer the coating on the metal cutters because they don't rust as easily. But what's really not ideal is this narrow area here. So if you get this cutter, I would literally use pliers or your hands to make it slightly wider because it's really hard to get the shapes out, and also it breaks easier. So this one is a bit wider. So I like this one better. So I use that to cut my cookies. And I used my sugar cookie recipe that is listed on my blog. And let me just first say how I made black. Oh, so when you're making black royal icing, I always recommend letting it rest. When you color your, like, let's say when you're starting with white royal icing, I color it to the point where it's like dark gray, and then I let it rest overnight and even for several days. And with time, it just develops the color, and you don't have to use as much food coloring. That can lead to issues like bleeding, drying issues, and such. So there we go. So here is the first segment. So I used a little marker here just to give me some guide where to pipe. And then with, you can use 20, but 15-second consistency is ideal. You can see what happened here. My piping bag started to have these weak spots, so I replaced the bag. Sometimes when you squeeze too hard, if your piping bag, I'm using T-plus bag, is not strong enough, then you are putting too much pressure on it. It can develop these lines, and that's an indicator it's a weak spot, so it can burst. So watch out for that when you're using T-plus piping bags, or use a sturdier bag, like a disposable, thicker plastic bag. Do we have any questions? If you guys have any questions, just post them in the comment section and we'll get to them. I'm still laughing about Sally hallucinating about the cost of the class. Hello. So has anyone played Pac-Man recently?
Well, I actually heard a month ago or so, again on my radio station that I listened to, they were saying that Miss Pac-Man was inducted in, there's like a Hall of Fame for video games, just like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's like a Hall of Fame for video games.
Wow.
And
Okay.
she was inducted.
That's interesting. So after I ice the black part, I'm taking a bright yellow and I'm making dots around. You can see I'm starting in the middle on the bottom and then continuing on the top and then in the corners. This way, I figured my dots are going to be somewhat evenly spaced out.
Good trick.
And then you're going to continue also on the vertical lines there. So I'm starting in the middle there.
Truthfully,
I don't think so. Unless no. I think it's more of a tongue situation than teeth.
Yeah.
I think it's usually the tongue that turns.
Well, it's no worse than eating an Oreo cookie.
So here's the cookie that I did. And now we're going to do the bottom. So I wasn't sure actually, because I did several graduation cup cookies, but I was like looking at that. I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. So I changed the design a little bit. So I decided to end the bottom around here, so I can then do the tassel. This section is actually dry, so you need to let that crust. And to speed up the crusting, I like to, hello Cynthia, I like to put my cookies in front of a fan, running fan, or have a ceiling, if you have a ceiling fan, ideally. It helps with the crusting. Your cookies crust faster. And with that also icing is a bit, can be a bit shinier, although this one doesn't look as shiny as I would have liked.
When you were doing your Pac-Man research, did you happen to research why this hat was invented?
This particular hat,
Well, like these.
well, it's game over. So the
No,
pack,
no,
so
no. The grad hat.
oh, the graduation hat? No, I have not. I have not. That's like, um, I don't know. It's just so you can throw it. I don't know. Why? Do you know? Does anyone know on the call watching why was what's the story behind the graduate? Is it maybe it's to collect the money? No,
Oh, maybe.
like in church. What is it called when you go around when
A
what is it called?
collection plate.
Yes, I don't know. Maybe somebody on who is watching knows a story behind the graduation cap. So please do let us know. We love all these
A
very
mortar board.
useful information.
Oh, Heather says it's called a mortar board.
What's the mortarboard?
The hat.
You mean okay?
That's what it's called.
Oh, is it?
When my daughter had to wear it for her grad, I mean, the thing doesn't fit on your head. It's a terrible, like it's a thing that's not really made to actually even wear. It's an odd thing. My son didn't get to wear it because well, the COVID situation, you know.
We don't have graduation hats where I grew up.
No, it wasn't a thing.
No, it wasn't a thing. No, no, I don't. We no, no. You also have like a graduation. I don't want to call it a costume, but
A gown?
a gown, right? So now we have to let this crust again. So I've got one that is ready here. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a little trick that I sometimes use when I need to write on cookies. So I created myself a template. So this is just cardstock. I traced my cutter on cardstock and then I cut out the shape and then I cut out the middle. And the middle is the area where I'm going to write game over. So this way, without the projector, I'm able to do this on multiple cookies, not having to worry. You know, like if I was to do it now, like you know what I mean, like they're
Yes,
not
absolutely.
even. So it does help with that step. And I've used it on other shapes as well. Depending on the shape, all you have to do is trace the shape and then determine where you want your writing and just cut it out with X-Acto. And that's all. I'm not gonna do any difficult letters or anything like that. It's just game over. I do have a video of that, so I will show you a video and then we'll do it live as well, so you get to see live. And for this, I am using 1.5 PME tip, which we often use. Mar also loves this tip, and many of other decorators use this tip as well. It's a more expensive tip. I think now it runs maybe $5 or maybe more. One, that's per one unit. So it is more expensive, but it is so worth it.
And you don't need a ton of them. I mean, you get maybe 2, maybe 3.
Yes, yes. So I mean, you can also ask maybe for Christmas Santa can bring me some PME tips. You have a lot of different PME tips too, right? You have
I do. I have the different models. Their products, I mean, it's just like kind of working with you know, when you get a specialty pen that has a nice end, it's just a little bit, the
mm-hmm.
fabrication is just a little higher end. And so you get a more polished look. And they do a lot more small tips like the small leaf tip, the small star tip.
I do have that leaf tip, which is tiny, tiny. I don't know. It has like a really weird mark. Like it's not like 350 or nothing like that. It is like 105S or whatever
Yeah, they have weird
markings.
numbers.
So nobody's playing Pac-Man. I see nobody mentioned that they played Pac-Man. We had a friend. They bought the game, um, and they had it at their house. Like it was like a table game, almost
Yes, yes, I know the one you're talking about. They actually last year were selling it at Costco, the kind of like a video game thing that you'd have in your home.
Yeah, I thought it's fun. Now the tricky part now, here it goes. You have to be careful to lift it up straight up, so you don't mess up your letters. All right, so I'm gonna try to do that live as well for you guys, so you can see.
That's a nice hack that to kind of get your sizing and alignment consistently on all your cookies.
Now, initially, I will tell you. Now, this design, I was going to do game over using these templates,
Mm-hmm.
which would be really fun to use, but they're too big. And
Mm.
then, like, it will. I think if it was any smaller, it would just be too small. I
Yeah,
think.
it's too hard. You could maybe do an accent cookie, like a secondary cookie.
Exactly. Like maybe I have some other cookies that you could use it on as well. Just game over. Yes. Maybe in colors of the school or something like that. So wish me luck.
Mm-hmm. Maria's liking your trick. If I can just say a trick for when you're writing, there's a limit to how small you can go. Often in cookies, we need it small, but the piping tip limits how small you can go. And you can practice on paper to see how small you can get your letters. And that'll help also with regards to, yeah, see, she practiced to make sure that she could even get it small enough to fit where she wanted it to go.
Without the tip, you can go really, really tiny, but smaller the opening, harder it is to get like a nice line out, and so it's not the easiest thing.
Mm-hmm. But it is good to kind of have an idea of what it's going to look like before you start production on your actual cookies.
So yes, I do agree. Yes, do some test runs on a piece of paper or parchment or something.
How thick is your icing, Kathy's asking?
This is, I would say, about 25 or 20 to 25, I would say, consistency. Now, what I didn't show the video, use some sparkle.
Use what?
Some sparkle stuff.
Oh, some,
It gets everywhere, folks. So just because it's like, graduation. So it's a bit more fun.
mm-hmm.
So that's there. Now we're going to add some blue to it. So again, I'm just doing a small outline, okay? So I made like 2 cups. And seriously, you would think that I would know not to make. I would run out of room on the cookies. And the cookies would say game over. Well, that's the thing. Okay, so the template really helps a lot. And if you are having trouble with that you think that you're gonna run out, so start from start from the
The center area.
Center area. You can start. So let's say the game, ends with E. So you start with the E, and then you know what I mean? So it just takes a little bit of practice.
It is, Jennifer, that time of the year.
So now I'm going to an outline here.
I was at our local mall over the weekend, and the shoes for the summer are fluorescent, like in the 80s. I remember being in high school and having a fluorescent shirt. It was in style. And so fluorescent's in 2022.
Well, that's the thing. Everything repeats itself. I'm sure it's like different kind of styles, but the idea is just like the same, right?
Well, they looked kind of similar, I gotta say.
What's the? Is it the pleated skirt? Pleated skirts and dresses. It was in. I remember my aunt actually made me. Is that the word pleated? It looks like a
An
accordion.
accordion?
Yes. So that was in style when I was maybe 8 years old. So
Oh.
that's a long time ago. And now, I mean, it had a major comeback, I think, a couple of years ago, maybe last year. I don't remember exactly, but I still see that style. Game over, it's just beginning. Well, game over, it is, the thing is, when something is over, something else is beginning, right? So the school is over, and now, right?
More school.
More school, or yeah, or some more school. So now actually, I wanted to create kind of a neon look. So that's why I did the white yellow dots, and I'm coming in with the white dots. I'm going to, however, avoid. So here are my Pac-Man that I did. These are transfers. Let me just see if it's going to fit on there. Okay, tight
It's a
fit.
tight fit.
It's a bit tight fit, but it's okay.
He
So-
could put the knot on the tassel.
Yes, that's what a knot. Oh, you mean here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have to be small. Initially, I wanted him on a, the
Oh,
knot.
that button there?
Yeah, the button, but he's too big. So this way, he's eating the dots.
Hi, Judy.
All right.
June is liking it.
Thank you, June. I'm gonna mess it up. So let's see. I'm gonna have to get my tool here. Okay. Because I was trying to, because my icing is not completely dry, so I'm just a little worried that I'm gonna mess it up. So I'm going to put him on there, just so we don't have to worry about this guy. Hello, Judy. Well, if you look up Pac-Man graduation caps, you will find this style. There are also different ones. He's missing an eye. I'm fully aware of it. So we can do that with the marker. Now I'm just going to add some white dots here.
Thanks, Gloria.
Today we had a really interesting experience here at the market. So on Tuesday, every day there is a market in different area here, but on Tuesday we go to to our town, and it's a beautiful town here, and we experienced like a total Spanish, like a farmer. I mean, he was so loud. He was like, but and we thought, oh my God, he's shouting, something is happening. He was just, that was his way of communicating, and his wife was there, and they were all laughing. It was just such a cool interaction to witness. We did not understand a word, obviously, but it was just really neat to see like how it's their life, like you could feel it, like the farming was their life, and they were selling vegetables, and they were excited, and just very busy this time of the year. So let me put this away. Okay, if I can find my. Okay, let's see. Where is the? Okay. So when I'm not using the piping bag. I usually like to, wrap it in food wrap so it's not drying out. But sometimes it will dry out anyway, so you have to then you run it under hot water. I think June has used that tip. So now I'm going to use again PME tips. I'm gonna start by using red. This is PME 105 again. Let's see if this is running. Okay, very well. So here, I'm going to position the tassel all the way here and then all the way down. Okay, so I'm going to start with the line.
Fabiola said she'll teach you Spanish.
Oh yeah. Well, there's, you know, I can say in a store they always ask you una bolsa. That means if you want a bag, and then I say no gracias. They say perfecto, and then we say adios, and that's about it. So that's my level of Spanish. Yes. But I understand few words. It's not like I don't understand anything, but I don't like no sentences yet. And a lot of people are very kind. They speak English to us, so it's very nice. In the past, to make the tassel making easier, or maybe not, I mean faster, I have used the grass tip. Oh, I think I made it too short, didn't I? It's okay. And the grass tip works really, really well. And it's so fast. So I'm going to use my scribe to smooth the end a little bit. Let's add one more line here.
Fabiola, do you find that the Spanish speak faster than the Mexicans in Spanish?
Oh, they're so fast. They are incredibly fast, especially when they're so passionate. And when they go, it's like you're like you can like, oh, what's happening? And women at the market. That's yes.
Oh, she's saying they speak even faster than the Mexicans. So they have different words.
They have different words. That's what I was told to make sure that I'm learning the proper, not proper, like correct Spanish, because there is Spanish, and there is Mexican Spanish, and I guess maybe other countries also that speak Spanish. They have their own.
Well, it's a little bit like the French here and the French in France. They have their own kind of words. Pac-Man's a royal icing transfer.
So I made a mistake. Okay, so it's not a mistake. So I'll just use. I wasn't watching for the alignment here, so it's going to be a little. But it's okay. Tassel can go. Oops. Doesn't have to be completely straight, right? It's a string, so. Oh, well. I have to do this. Okay.
Are you watching any shows to help you learn it?
I am watching. I'm watching a Spanish teacher, American Spanish teacher. He's excellent, but it's slow going because I'm not able to do it as often as I would. I would like. Excellent. He explains everything. I don't want to get into it because I remember half of it. But I really want to watch a Spanish show. It's called. I watched it in the U.S. and it's an excellent show. It was, I think, on Netflix or maybe I think it was Netflix. It was called Cable Chicks. It was Spanish. It was fantastic. If you haven't watched it, I think it's great.
Well, I think the other one that's quite popular, I'm not sure if it's Mexican or Spanish, it's Casa de la Papel or Casa Papel or something.
Yes. Everybody keeps saying about talking about that one. So I'm going to switch my cookies. So this part here that I did with like a light ivory icing, or you can use brown, we're gonna paint with gold. So I've got some gold here. And today I'm using, this is a gold, you see I ripped the paper so you can't really read very well, but this is by Sugar Flare. And I find this gold is very lustrous. I got it locally here. So I've got some here in my palette. And this is dry, which is totally okay because you can add a little bit of alcohol to it. I'm using Everclear, just a little bit. And I store my Everclear. I have a big 1 liter or 1 quart bottle. So, but I store it in a small bottle from lemon extract that I've used before. Now I'm going to just give it a quick stir. If it's too runny, if your metallic edible paint is too runny and you don't have any more dry dust, just let it sit for several minutes and the alcohol, it will evaporate, so you'll get the consistency that you need. And I'm just going to paint over this section here. Oops. So. And there. So,
Very cute.
So I've got here finished game over piece. I also wanted to show you, in case you wanted to go full Pac-Man mode with some cookies, how you can easily create some Pac-Man shapes. So I don't know what these characters are called, okay? I only know this. I believe this is a Pac-Man, right? So this is a round cookie that I have, and I just used the small. This is a cutter from one of my favorite geometrical sets by Atiko. I have, thank you, June. I have that set listed in my Amazon shop. It comes with different shapes. It's also a nesting kit, meaning that this is the largest. I don't have the cutters here. I think I put them away. This is the largest, and then you have the smaller. I think each one has maybe three shapes of the three sizes of the same shape. Okay, so I use that to make the mouth. Okay, and this cutter, believe it or not, I don't know if this is probably not a proper size of the zigzag, whatever.
Oh, it's close enough.
It's close enough, right? So this is a ghost from a built-in set. I'm sure
Perfection.
they are cutters there. There are Pac-Man cutters, but if you don't have them,
I like that one. It's perfect. What are you kidding? It's perfection.
I think it will be perfect for, you can create your, I think these come in different colors.
Yes.
So that will be a little different.
And then you could make little bite-sized, the little yellow circles.
Little yellow circles for him. So I think I will maybe make some Pac-Man cookies in the future using these. You could also incorporate these in your graduation design. You could maybe
Make a platter.
Make a platter. Maybe here you could do a year or something of that sort. Cynthia, I hope that's a good thing that it was different. I was looking at so many graduation cap cookies, and so I tried to do it a bit differently this time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm just going to bring the cookies up again. And for the tassel, I use like a piping consistency here. And you need to let this section dry or at least crust for at least an hour, I would say. And then you can paint with gold luster dust. Ideally, avoid using white because it's hard to get the nice coverage with metallic edible paint. So
everybody's loving it.
Thank you. So that's my project for today.
Awesome.
If you have questions, just let us know while we are here. Again, I'm going to bring up the calendar for for Friday and next week. Let's see. So on Friday, that is 27th. So you see Amber of Sweet Ends will be decorating, and Marley will be with her.
I'll
And
be
then
there for moral support.
support. And then on 31st of May, it's hard for me to grasp this, that it's like, like every year it's we're almost like 6 months, right? 6 months in.
Yeah, we're halfway done, 2022.
Already thinking about Christmas. So Marley will be decorating, and I will be there for moral support.
It's the last day of May for stencils. So it'll be the last of, not that I'll never use stencils again, but the focus.
I have to, can you entertain? I'll come and show you stencils that I bought if I can. I don't think I can find them.
No problem.
Never mind. I don't think I can find them, but I bought some really nice stencils.
You bought some really nice stencils.
And thank you, Maria. So, guys, I'm glad that you enjoyed it. And as always, we appreciate if you share the lives with your own audience or friends, and follow us on social media to give us extra support. You can comment or also support us through our paid platforms like Patreon and also Coffee, where you can purchase templates, recipes, and also just give us a one-time support. So thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. Are you You're doing the dance?
Yes. Yes. So
thanks, everybody. I'm looking one last time if there's any comments. Deborah says she's making these. The whole set is adorable.
Thank you.
Perfect. Glad it was a hit. Thanks for joining us, Fabiola. I just spotted your wedding cookies. Very nice that you did. So if you guys make the cookies, tag Han. She loves to see it when you make the cookies. Just tag her.
Guys, yes, you can send them to me, even email or Instagram works very, very well.
Yes.
So thanks, guys, and we'll see you. Marv will see you on Friday. Bye.
Bye, everybody.